Okay, activity 18, properties of plastic. Today we'll be doing a test on plastic to identify the properties of plastic. All plastics are not created the same. Even though they could look the same, they are not the same. And even though they look exactly the same, they may not have the same physical and chemical properties. The tests that we're going to do today are flexibility, crease color, hardness, density relative to alcohol, density relative to alcohol and water, density relative to water, density relative to salt water, hydrochloric acid reaction, effect of acetone, and the effect of heat on our plastics. We are going to be working with 4 plastics today. The blue is polypropylene plastic. The green is high density polyvinyl chloride, which is other known as PVC. The red is high density polyethylene, HDPE, and the yellow is polystyrene. We'll also be working with one unknown piece of plastic, which today is going to be our orange piece here today. The first test that we're going to do is a flexibility test. On your flexibility test, you are going to record the flexibility of each of the plastics, the red, blue, green, and yellow, in a coordinates of either 1 through 4, a 1 being the least flexible. So we're going to start out with our blue piece. Our blue piece, we're going to flex it. Okay, so we kind of bend it back and forth, flexibility. Okay, 1 through 4 for blue. Our next piece is our green piece. Okay, so we're going to flex that. Next, we're going to have our red piece. Okay, so flexibility back and forth. And next is our yellow piece. Okay, so please record what do you think, which one is the least flexible as a 1, most flexible as a 4. Next one we're going to do is a flexibility test, the crease color. We are going to bend these in half, and we're going to observe the color of the crease. That is what you are to write on your data sheet. So starting with the blue, the PPP. Okay, please record the color of the crease. Next we have our PVC, which is a green. Record the color of the crease, the red, and last, the yellow. Oop. A little too much there. Okay. And that happened several times today in the lab. Okay, the next color, or next thing, is we are going to test the hardness with a paper clip. So I'm going to take a paper clip and I'm going to scratch each of the pieces of plastic. So we'll start out with our blue. Give it a nice scratch there. Okay, again, we are doing a 1 to 4 test here, with 1 being the hardest. Okay, I think you might be able to see there's not much of a scratch at all in the green piece, the PVC. Next we'll do the red piece. And then the yellow. Okay. And then you go ahead and do the wait. Okay. So after that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the density relative to water. Okay, so what I've done is I put square pieces of each of the colors in my cup of water. Please record whether the item is more or less dense than water. Notice that we do have our mystery color in here, the orange as well. Okay, so the unknown plastic in the last column, okay, is going to be our orange. So you might want to write down orange in this column right here. All of those pieces are in there. Okay, so that is water. Next we have our salt water. Okay, please record that into your data table. And next we have alcohol and water. Okay. And the last one we have is just alcohol. Okay. The next test that we are going to do is the hydrochloric acid test. This is where we will put hydrochloric acid on each of the pieces of plastic. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that at this time. Basically, we're just looking for a chemical reaction. Okay, so there's the blue, the red, the green, the yellow, and our mystery unknown plastic there. Do not see any recorded if there is a chemical reaction with the hydrochloric acid in your data table. The one thing that I did forget here is on our piece of unknown plastic. Okay, we are going to check for the flexibility. Okay, so first of all, flexibility, and this is our unknown plastic. Our crease color. Okay, next is our hardness. Okay, so I did forget to do those. So for our unknown plastic, okay. All right, next we're going to take a look at is, we're going to skip a column here and we're going to go down to the effective heat. I put heat on each of the four known substances and also the unknown, which is the orange. Okay, what you're looking for is, does it bend? Does it bend? So we're looking at somewhat bend, does not bend at all, somewhat bend, bends slightly, or bends easily. So you should record those items, those terms into your data sheet at the very, very bottom. The next test that we're supposed to do is the effective acetone to the items. Okay, so here is a look at acetone, what the effect of it is. Okay, again, just record observations that you can see into your data table about each of the four strips of known plastics.
It's like soft.
Okay, you can kind of look, maybe see if it's kind of soft, deteriorating, dissolving, maybe some of the colors coming off of it. Okay, those are just some basic observations you can make. So then we're going to bring our other plastic here, the effective acetone. Now the mystery piece that we're working with today is the orange, and you can see that it's on the bottom. Okay, you might see if it's just record any differences that you might see from the orange piece that you originally started with compared to now and with the effective acetone. Okay, here's the original orange piece and then what it looks like now. Okay, that is the lab for lab 18, the properties of plastic. Okay, your goal is, you had your four known pieces of plastic, the blue, green, and red, and yellow. I gave you a mystery piece which is the orange plastic. Your goal is to determine what the orange plastic is. Is it the PPP, the polypropylene? Is it the PVC, which is a high density polyvinyl? Or is it the high density polyethylene or the polystyrene? Which of those is the unknown plastic? And you please record that up on your data table where it says unknown plastic. Off to the side, just draw right in what plastic it actually is. Thank you.